Good morning, students. I am Kavita Chahal, Assistant Professor in Chemistry Department from Government PG College, Sector 14, Panchkula. Today I will talk about Werner's coordination theory and effective atomic number. Werner's coordination theory. In 1893, Werner proposed a theory which is commonly known as Werner's coordination theory. This was the first successful attempt to explain the bonding in coordination complexes. In recognition of his work in this field, Werner was awarded Nobel Prize in 1913. Postulates of Werner's coordination theory. The basic postulates of Werner's coordination theory are in coordination compounds, metal atoms exhibit two types of valencies, the primary valency and the secondary valency. The primary valency is ionizable and corresponds to oxidation state of a central metal atom, whereas secondary valency is non-ionizable and it represents coordination number of a central metal atom, or it may be total number of lone pair of electron donated by ligands to central metal atom. Every metal atom has fixed number of secondary valencies. The metal atoms tend to satisfy both its primary as well as secondary valencies. Primary valencies are satisfied by negative ions, whereas secondary valencies are satisfied either by negative ions or by neutral molecules. In certain cases, a negative ion may satisfy both types of valencies. The primary valencies are non-directional, whereas secondary valencies are directional in nature. Therefore, the secondary valencies are always directed towards the fixed positions in space, and this leads to a definite geometry of a coordination compound. For example, if a metal ion has 6 secondary valencies, these are arranged octahedrally around the central metal ion. If the metal ion has 4 secondary valencies, these are arranged in either tetrahedral or square planar arrangement around the central metal ion. The secondary valencies thus represent the stereochemistry of the complex. Now we will discuss some example to explain the Werner's coordination theory. First example is COCl3 6NH3. Werner found that in this complex the primary valency of cobalt atom, which is equal to +3, is satisfied by 3 chloride ions, and hence the attachment of these ions with cobalt ion is shown by dotted lines. As primary valency is ionizable, therefore they can be precipitated as silver chloride on addition of silver nitrate solution, whereas secondary valency of cobalt in this complex is 6, which is equal to its coordination number or total number of lone pair donated by ligands to central metal atom. So, in this complex, 6 NH3 molecules are represented by solid lines and they remain inside the coordination sphere, whereas chloride ion chloride ions present outside the coordination sphere. Next example is COCl3 5NH3. Again in this example, oxidation state is +3. So primary valency of cobalt atom is equal to +3 and is satisfied by 3 chloride ion. The attachment of these ion with cobalt ion is therefore shown by broken lines. On treatment of this complex with AgNO3 solution, only 2 chloride ions are precipitated as silver chloride. The precipitation of only 2 chloride ions indicate that 2 chloride ions are outside the coordination sphere and remaining 1 chloride ion and 5 NH3 molecules are present inside the coordination sphere. So in this example, we see that 1 chloride ion satisfy both primary as well as secondary valency. So this chloride ion is shown by dotted as well as solid line. Next is COCl3 4NH3. The primary valency of cobalt atom in this complex is again +3, as oxidation state of cobalt is again +3, and this primary valency is satisfied by 3 chloride ion. Therefore, the attachment of these ions to cobalt atom is shown by broken lines. The treatment of this complex with silver nitrate solution, only 1 chloride ion as a AgCl3 precipitated. The precipitation of only 1 chloride ion indicates that 1 chloride ion is present outside the coordination sphere and remaining 2 chloride ions and 4 NH3 molecules are present inside the coordination sphere. So 2 chloride ions in this complex are shown by solid line as well as dotted line. Limitation of Werner theory. It could not explain the inability of all elements to form coordination compounds. The Werner theory could not explain the directional properties of bonds in various coordination compounds. It could not explain the color, the magnetic properties, and optical properties shown by coordination compounds. Next is effective atomic number concept and Sidgwick theory of bonding. Sidgwick in 1927 extended the Lewis theory of electron pair bond formation to explain the bonding in coordination compounds. He suggested that metal ion accepts the electron pairs from the ligands until it achieves the next noble gas electronic configuration. This is called effective atomic number rule. The total number of electrons possessed by central metal ion and the electrons gained by it from ligands is called the effective atomic number. Thus, according to effective atomic number rule, the effective atomic number in a complex should be equal to 36, 54 and 86. We will take some example to explain effective atomic number rule. First is hexacyanoferrate ion. Iron metal in this complex has +2 oxidation state. As atomic number of iron is 26, number of electrons in iron +2 oxidation state is 24. Electron gained by 6 cyanide ions is 12. Total number of electrons in this complex 24 plus 12 36. So this complex obey effective atomic number rule. Next example is chloropentamine platinum ion. Atomic number of platinum is 78. Oxidation state of platinum in this complex is +4. So total number of electron in platinum +4 74. Electron from 5 ammonia molecules and 1 chloride ion is 12. So total number of electron in this complex 86, which is electronic configuration of total number of electron of a radon atom. Next example is tetracyanocuprate ion. Atomic number of copper 29. Copper in this complex present in +1 oxidation state. So total number of electron in copper ion 28. Electron from 4 cyanide ions equal to 8. So effective atomic number of complex 36. So all these complexes obey effective atomic number rule. However, there are many complexes which do not obey effective atomic number rule, but these complexes are stable. So these are limitations of Sidgwick theory. This theory does not predict the geometry of the complexes and also not explain magnetic behavior of complexes. This theory cannot explain as to why certain metal ions show more than one coordination number. So these are limitations of Sidgwick theory. Thank you.